Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me at tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below, the direct purchase inquiry line from you to me and my crew for questions you have about this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews. And today we are discussing the 2005 GPHG Men's Watch Prize winner. Launched in 2005, this is the Journe Chronometre Souverain, one of the emblematic core models of the Montre Journe line. A watch 40 millimeters in platinum and exceptionally slender. You'll appreciate that in spite of its many refinements, it is only 8.4 millimeters thick and 48 millimeters from lug to lug, with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. And you can see the watch has been drilled relatively close to the case to allow fit on a small wrist, but the strap features curved spring bars, so the strap can pull straight down without any impediment or artificial flare or fight when it's on a small wrist. The strap is black with large rectangular scale alligator leather and a matte finish. You can see there is a folded edge with a monotone stitch and more gator on the underside, as Journe uses double gator top and bottom on factory straps. A bit more expensive, but it makes the strap last much longer. Journe also uses pull tab spring bars on its modern straps, so you can remove the straps immediately with your fingernail and nothing more if you want to swap or clean between the lugs. And Journe gives you a platinum pin buckle to match a platinum case. The Journe case is, well, distinctive, relatively slim and spare. There's a little bit of an overlapping lip of the case back and the bezel that helps to define the mid case. Everything is of high polish, and you can see the lugs are tightly curved, almost 90 degrees down from the case flank itself, so they fit well on a small wrist. Speaking of a small wrist, let me show you mine right here. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see the watch 8.4 millimeters thick, 40 millimeters in diameter, and 48 millimeters from lug to lug, and it wears quite easily. A comfortable watch, a handsome watch, and a watch with universal good fit. It's a timepiece that also has universal good taste. Almost everyone loves this model. I know my colleague Josh Thanos has said it is his grail watch. A lot going on the dial. First, you can see there's a hobnail at the center of the dial, and then you can see there are cutouts for the sub-registers. Railroad track with a loop counterweight needle seconds hand down at approximately 7:30, and there is a power reserve over at 3 o'clock. Now, Journe draws his inspiration from historic marine chronometers with this watch, hence Chronometre Souverain, and vintage marine chronometers needed to be wound at the same interval every day. So in general, you would wind exactly 24 hours after the previous wind. That is why those power reserve indicators would indicate hours since wound rather than power reserve remaining. And that is why this Journe power reserve indicates 0 when it's fully wound. 0 hours since it was wound. Now you can see the fired steel hands at center in Journe's now signature biomorphic tapered arc, a lovely look, and outboard you have a handsome set of Arabic numerals and a distinctive Journe font with a railroad track minute scale outboard. The timepiece powered by an 18-karat red gold caliber 1304. 13 French lean, work started in 2004. That explains the name of the movement. Now you can see the movement, 18 karat rose gold to hold the movement blank from which these bridges and plates are etched in your hand. Feels like holding a large dollar coin. Twin mainspring barrels, providing 56 hours of manual wind power reserve. The 22 joule movement is adjusted in 6 positions, one more than a standard Swiss chronometer, which is why Journe eschews the COSC certification, saying, rien, he has his own standard and it's higher. Of course, the timepiece beating away at 21,600 vibrations per hour with a free sprung balance to better take and hold those 6 positions of adjustment, even in the face of shocks, bumps, and concussion on the wrist. Now the watch has a hidden drivetrain, so you could see the barrels that provide the power, and you can see the escapement, but you cannot see the drivetrain that connects them. That's because the drivetrain runs underneath the dial, the hidden train system that makes these Chronometre Souverain calibers legendary. Now that allows you a better view of the movement. You can see there is a sort of a barley corn in between the barrel bridge and the balance itself, Côte de Genève across the bridges themselves, and then there's an engine turning on the base plate just below the balance. That is a perlage pattern. All screw heads are black polished, and you can see that handsome chamfering, you can see a little bit of its glint and gleam. Handsome chamfering has been executed on the edge of every bridge with satin finished barrels as well as wheels. Its exemplary finish, 30 meters water resistance, so just about the only knock on it is that it is not a highly aquatic sports watch, but it is a sporty FP watch, having a bit more of a raffish flair and a sense of occasion to it than your average discreet dress watch. This one has more than a bit of exuberance for a dress timepiece out of Geneva. You can see and own this FP Journe Chronometre Souverain 40mm in platinum. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com.